Hey everyone, in this video I want to do an unboxing and demonstration of this Micro Machines Corvette Raceway transforming playset. So this is one of the newer Micro Machines playsets, and I say newer as in early 2020s. I forget exactly when this came out, but it was one of the basically reboots of Micro Machines that was a thing for a few years, and I do not think it is anymore. But essentially, this was one of the newer sets that they came out with, and I don't think that this was a reissue of anything. It's just a completely brand new set. So I have this particular version here, and then behind here I have actually the same exact set, except it's the Amazon version that comes with a few more cars. So that's actually going to be the version that I'm going to open up, not this one. But this was the version that was available in most of the stores and everything like that. So if you went to, pretty much any of the big box stores and things like that, this would be the version that you found there. And it has kind of this exposed box here so that you can actually see the entire Corvette here. And as you can see with mine, it's a bit dusty because it's been in storage. So, but anyways, let's just take a good look at the box here. 15 plus action zones, and here is a little thumbnail of the set. I think there's a bigger picture on the back. I love that they made the logo very close to the original logo, so that's neat. And then it comes with one exclusive vehicle, which I believe is also included in here, along with 7 other vehicles, which are probably not exclusives, but nevertheless, it just comes with more, so that's why I'm going to decide to open that version instead of this one. So, on the back here you can see, and sorry for some of the glare, but you can see it's got a little list of all the different features that it has, and at least just by glancing at the picture of what this set looks like, I think it looks like a pretty awesome set. Honestly, it looks like they've made use of all of the space that's inside here, and it looks like the features are pretty cool too. I mean, you got this this elevated racetrack here. You've got another little elevated kind of observation area, a little parking area, whatever you want to call it. And then you got a little, areas down here where you can kind of just drive your cars around. You got a two-lane launcher here, it looks like, so you can kind of launch your cars this way. There's a little test track type thing right here. Exit ramps just kind of hidden all over the place, and you got like a little, let's see, a donut shop here, and then an emergency type little rescue station there with a few parking places. It's very reminiscent of some of the older style Micro Machines that would unfold from like a car set. It reminds me somewhat of Supervan City and things like that. Of course, they did do a remake of Supervan City with these newer Hasbro sets that they released. And let me just double check the copyright year here. It should say somewhere, I would think, licensed by Hasbro, released by Jazzwares, and this is from 2021. That's about what I thought. So, and I've had this sitting in the package here since about then, and now it's just time to check it out. So yeah, that's what the outer packaging on this one looks like. Now I'm going to set this aside so I can show you the Amazon version that I'm going to be opening up here. So when I ordered this from Amazon, it comes in this kind of standard shipping box. I think this box actually came in another box, but nevertheless, this is what it came in, and you can see on it, it has the writing. It's got a UPC, an item code, description, Micro Machines large playset, Corvette Raceway, and then it says AMZ for Amazon. Made in China, it's got a barcode, and then flip it around to this other side here. It says the same thing, and it also had this little shipping label here, which was not to me, so it doesn't have any of my personal information. Otherwise, I wouldn't show it, but I guess they shipped it to Georgia Ports Authority, whatever that is. And I guess maybe Amazon distributed it from there or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, shipped from Jazzwares to this Georgia Ports Authority, and yeah, I guess from there it came to me. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to very carefully try and open this up, and then we'll see what we've got inside. It should have a, I'm guessing it will have a, a rectangular package instead of having that open box style, but we're going to find out because I really have no idea. So let's see, we're kind of getting after this here. Just got to get the bottom here. Alright, so here's what we get inside. Wonder what this is here. Oh, interesting. Thank you for ordering from Jazzwares. We're fully dedicated to 100% satisfaction. So, a little Jazzwares survey. That's kind of interesting. So there's that, and you can see the box sitting right here. So I'm just going to flip this over. See if I can get this out. Alright, there we go. And just like I was expecting, this particular version is just a box. And it's actually kind of cool because it's something that you wouldn't see in the stores, you know, at all. And so it's unique on its own. So we've got, yeah, the same playset logo here. Transforms from the Corvette to the Raceway. One playset and 8 vehicles. One of those 8 vehicles should be the same as the one that was included in the other set, I believe. And then on top, you've got a huge Micro Machines logo. That's pretty neat. And then on the side, you've got just that same thumbnail there. The other side, it shows which cars are included. And I believe this is the one that is in the other set. And then you've just got a few other ones here. You got a couple like emergency vehicles. It looks like a tow truck. And then just a few other cars and things. So, yeah, I figure, you know, this one comes with a few extra cars. Why not have this one? This seems like the superior version. So, and then it also shows that it comes with a hub connector, and that is just like to connect a bunch of different track to 2 track connectors, 5 ramps. I mean, this is all part of the playset, I guess, but let's see. So that was the front of the box there, and then I'll show you the back. This looks pretty much identical to the other one, and so I won't spend too much time showing you that. Yeah, this should have the same copyright of 2021, and it does. And so there's that. That's pretty neat. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this open here. And we'll go ahead and get inside this box and see how they have this packaged. So first of all, let's see. There's something to pull out here. Might be just the whole thing. So, let's see. So there's some wrapping there. And then here's the car. So I'm going to have to just pull this out like that. And then there's the rest of the box. So there's actually a lot of empty space in there. So let's see. I don't think that there's anything else inside. I'm just going to assume that there isn't. It looks pretty empty in there. So, but we have, let's see, these should be the 8 cars here. And they're just all in, it looks like they're each in their own plastic bag. So that's kind of fun. So I'll save those for just a second. And then let's take a look quick at the instructions here. Okay, so here's what we get for instructions. And so we got a lot of stickers to put on. And here's a look at those. One of the sheets. So there's 2 sheets. And very, let's see, kind of interesting that it's got like a blue background on this. It looks good. So those are some nice decorative stickers. And then we've got some rather shiny Corvette stickers here. I'm guessing that these go right on the car itself. So going to have to be some pretty careful placement of these. That's for sure. And then we've got an instruction manual here. And inside there, it looks like we've got what would be a kind of like a little advertisement for all of the other different cars and things, I'm guessing. So let's just take a quick look here. We got a list of the things that are included. So that's nice, and it's got instructions for how to open it, because you have to, I mean, that's going to be the first thing you have to do, and then how to kind of assemble it, it looks like. And how to close it, sticker placement, And then let's see, there is stuff on the back, more ways to play, and yeah, it just kind of shows each of these different features, it looks like. So there's that, and then it kind of has like it shows what this universal hub is, connect to other playsets, and it has a little picture here of how to, how you could connect this with some of the other playsets that were available at the time as well. So that is pretty neat. So there was a look at the instructions. I'll just very quickly show you whatever is in here, because I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. So okay, so this is just a little tiny postcard, or let's see, whatever you want to call this, little poster, I guess, showing some of the cars from Series 6, it looks like. So yeah, here's just a quick overview of those. And then on the back, you can see some more of those. So it doesn't show any of the other play sets or anything, but it does show the yeah, all the different cars that were available in this particular series. So next, we have the Corvette itself in this wrapping here. So this one will be nice because it's not going to be dusty, unlike my other one. And so pull this on out. And there it is in all its glory. It looks good. So I'll just give you kind of a quick look around at this. Of course, this is before all the stickers go on it, so I don't know. Maybe it looks better without the stickers. I'm not sure, because it looks pretty good as it is, honestly. But anyways, and then on the bottom, here's what that looks like. You got a little Micro Machines logo right there, which is kind of hard to see. There it is, though. It has a bunch of text over here too, and I'm guessing these little things right here, some of these is, and here too is probably where it's attached in on that other set where it's more exposed, but that is not the case with this one. This looks interesting here. It almost looks like there could be a spot for batteries or something in there, but I don't know if this is electronic or not. I don't think that it is, but got a little button here. Not sure what that's for, but that's probably for opening it. Who knows? I'll find out in a sec. Let's see, what else is there to show you guys? I'm not sure. It just looks nice. It's all the wheels, all four of the wheels spin. Yeah, so it's a really nice little car. So I'm gonna take a look at these and maybe put some. Well, I'll open it up and show you guys how to open it up first. But then I'm going to take a look at everything, try to put some of the stickers on, and then just take a good look at it. Alright, so I'm going to try to follow the instructions for how to open this up right on camera here. So first it says to push down on the two mirrors here to open up the hood. So let's see, there we go. So you open this up first, and so that opens up like that. You can tell that there's more pieces in here. So you fold that, and then it looks like you would then just lift up the top here. It doesn't say, but I think you got to push this, yes. So that opens up, and then as you can see, we've got all kinds of pieces in here. Some of these actually have stickers applied, which is interesting. So, oh my goodness, there's a lot of little parts in here. So, all right, and so we have that. Then we got to pull down the back here, and then this part here as well. So, oop, and something just snapped off. That is not a great first sign, but hopefully that can be put right back. Let's see. Yeah, so anyways, this is what it is. This is what it looks like opened up for the first time, and at least my first impression is I'm generally pretty impressed by it. We've got little features here. See that. I don't know how this oh, you got to pull that in, launcher, and it just looks like kind of good old school style of Micro Machines set, so I'm kind of impressed by that. Flip these two buildings open, and yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what though, oh yeah, you got this little spinny thing here too. This is really cool. They've really, I don't know. Before I say anything more though, I want to, actually put it together and take a look at it. and then kind of go from there. But let's open up these parts bags here first. See what we've got inside here. So, just all kinds of parts, tracks, all of that kind of stuff. And then in here, looks like the bag of a lot of the smaller pieces. So, all kinds of little roadway pieces. Yeah, this little multi-track connector deal here. Yeah, a lot of little track pieces, flags. There's a lot of different flags in here and stuff. So, got a lot of pieces to put together. And then, yeah, so that's that. Alright, before doing anything else, let's do just a quick little unboxing of all of these different little micro machines that are included. So, here is number one. So let's see, there's that one. And then here is another one. And we'll put that one right there. And then here's another. 3 out of 8. And we'll set that there. And then here's another one here. And then another one. The ambulance. This one is the bigger out of all of them. So let's see, here's another one. So there's a look at that one. And then 2 more. Let's see, I guess I'll have to park one back here. And then finally we've got the little helicopter here. And this one does have the spinning blade on top. Doesn't really have too much of a spin to it, but it does a little bit. Anyway, there is a good look at that. Emergency helicopter to go with the ambulance. And a nice little assortment of micro machines overall. Alright folks, here's a look at the set fully assembled and with the stickers applied, and it looks pretty darn good to me. Here are the 8 cars on display at the front, and now is the time where I'll kind of just demonstrate the features. I have not tried any of them yet, really, so this will be a first time for me on camera, and we'll see how it actually performs. And I'm excited to see how it performs because just by the looks of the set, I mean, I just generally like it. It's very reminiscent of those older Micro Machines sets, and I just think it looks good overall. So, yeah, let's let's see. So we got the helicopter here, obviously, just a little helicopter. But the nice thing is they did include a little helipad here. So you can land the helipad, or the helicopter right on the little helipad there, and that's kind of where that will park. So that's nice. And then, of course, we have the ambulance here too, so I mean, naturally, that has a place to park. Little tight of a fit there, I suppose. Let's see if I can fit both of them there. Little tight squeeze, but you can kind of do it. So, and then, let's see. Let's just drive one of these cars around here for a minute. And, so, we've got a little donut shop here. It says donuts right there. I don't know if you can zoom in and see that. Chubby's, I guess it's called. Established 2018. 2019? I can't read it. I think it says 2019. Yeah, so anyways, there's that. Got a ladder here. We'll open that up. drive the car into one of the main areas here. And so first little feature that we have is this dual lane launcher. Let's pull this back, and maybe we'll drive another car up here and test that little feature out. So turn this around, kind of get the cars set up so that they'll go kind of straight. And then we'll just push down. All right, so that worked at least well enough. Let's try that again. So you can kind of see which one is the winner, I guess. But I guess it's not perfect because these little straightaway paths don't keep the cars aligned super well. You kind of got to align these, pretty perfectly to make them go straight. So I guess that's a little bit of a flaw. It would be nice if there was more keeping the cars in place at the front here versus, over here, but there, that was a pretty good run. So as long as you line the cars up right the first time there, they'll work pretty good through that. So that's a pretty good feature overall. Let's see, so what else do we have here? A little repair center over here. So let's try that. This is nice and simple, just raise and lower. Works very nicely. Got little holders for the little wheels there, so I'll just maybe keep that one there. Drive the yellow one up. And that one can go on the other one here. So that works pretty well. We've got a tow truck. And I guess the tow truck, well, I wonder where's the best place for that. I mean, probably, parking right here somewhere, but I will show you too. The thing that's really neat here is it's got little lines here to kind of show you where roadways are. And I really like when, like I said, just these little nooks and crannies, I guess, in Micro Machines sets I really like. You can kind of pretend you're driving around the back if you want and get your way back here. So now I'm kind of knocking these cars off, but that's okay. So you can kind of pretend you're driving back here, and even hiding behind here, we've got a little track that you can kind of drive on. Let's see if I can, there we go. So there's that. Now once you get here, it's kind of a, let's see, got to zoom out. A little bit of a dead end because you got this piece here. But nevertheless, there's that. So little back way that you can kind of go there. It's got a little sign here and stuff for the repair center, and kind of hard to see, but this side has little gas pumps. Let's maybe try, I'm just going to put a car up here maybe in this area up here. Kind of like a fan zone. You can kind of watch the race going on here. I guess that's what this kind of is about. Little parking area. I think that's kind of neat. Again, making use of space, which I really like. You can kind of send the car down here, and doesn't really go anywhere, very, very well. It kind of curves at the bottom, so the car is going to pretty much fly off every time, but still kind of cool that that's there. You can kind of park a car up there. We better try out the main feature of this set, which is this raceway. We gotta get a couple cars up there. Whoops. This is kind of a narrow entryway. And let's see. So it looks like you just launch these with this button here. It should launch them both at the same time, just like that. So it's kind of a matter of just setting them up in the right place. I wish they kind of had a little divot for the wheels or something, perhaps, so that the cars would start evenly. But I guess it's, I guess part of the practice is making sure you place your car just right. So I don't know. Let's try this. I mean, it doesn't work too bad. Let's try it again. Kind of hard to tell, you know, who's the winner and stuff, but you just kind of pretend that you know, see who won, and I guess that's just how the game is played. So clearly the red one won in that case because this one crashed. And you do got a little exit ramp here. And you can kind of come down here. And I was kind of thinking, oh, well, I'm all done showing you guys all the features. I guess that's it. But in fact, no, there are a few more. So let's drive the cars down here. Maybe we'll use this one. And got a few more little areas right over here. So we've got another ladder here. And got this little kind of slalom course type thing where you can just kind of pretend like you're, you know, just drifting around these little corners, if you will. Around the cones. It's actually pretty smooth and kind of relaxing. You can kind of just push the car with one finger, and it kind of guides itself, actually, which is really neat. A little bit, anyways. So that's pretty cool. Maybe one lap the other way. Yeah, it looks like the car got kind of stuck there. Let's see if I can figure that out. Alright, so there's that. And then, let's see, we'll drive this car in here, park it there. And then the final thing to show you is that we've got the kind of victory, you know, I guess, award little thing that you can drive the car up on. So let's drive the red car up here because that was the winner of the last race. And you can spin it just like this. I gotta say that works very smoothly, and so that's pretty neat. We'll drive that one off there. And really, now that is about it. I guess I'll just drive this car down off here. And that's kind of the end of it. So those are all the features of this set. And I gotta say, you know, trying it for the first time on camera here, I'm kind of impressed. There's nothing really that doesn't work as advertised. It's generally pretty smooth, and I really like the look of the set too. Just everything, you know. The thing that I really like about this is that they really utilized all the space pretty efficiently. They got little nooks and crannies where you can drive your cars around. You know, areas like this that they didn't necessarily have to, you know, kind of decorate with little road lanes and things. You know, they could have done without that, and it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. But they kind of went the extra mile to make sure that was, you know, a thing that you can do. So I like that. I like this little observation area up here. The racetrack works pretty nicely, and you got this double raceway here. I mean, every little place here has something to do, and that's what I really like about it. It looks good, and yeah, this is pretty nice. This is, again, very reminiscent of the older types of sets, like the Supervan City and things like that. So, yeah, this is really cool. So, man, I wish they would make more like this. I know there's I think there's a Transformers themed one that's a similar size as this. Then, of course, they made the Supervan City remake. And I haven't actually looked at that yet, but it looks really nice, generally. So, yeah, so that is this one. Now I've got to fold it up, and just as another disclaimer, as I did put on the stickers, I put on the outside stickers by folding it up, and you can fold it up and fit everything inside, so let's do that, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so the one thing that I will say that I slightly don't like is that you kind of have to take just about everything apart in order to be able to fold this up so that it will be able to close and you can put all the pieces inside. So there's maybe just a few pieces that you don't have to take off. Actually, this ladder might have been one of them. That one, you know, let me actually just put that right back because I think that ladder can stay. But, you know, a lot of these other pieces, you're just going to have to take them off so that you can kind of just throw them in there at the end. These two fold in here. This can stay, this can stay. These come out, and then this comes out. see here, something like that. I think this piece has to come out here too. And then we have to take the whole raceway out and pull that apart. Now you can see that pulling all these pieces apart is actually pretty smooth, so that's a good thing. Let's see, maybe this has to come out and this too. You know, nothing's like, you know, ready to break or anything just by me taking these pieces out, so that's a good thing. I think we fold this one up first, just like that, or is it the other way around? Now I can't remember. I think it's that one, then this one, something like that. Then we got to fold this in, and this piece will kind of touch here a little bit uncomfortably, but it's not too bad. You just kind of snap that in place. And now, actually, just kidding, I got to do one thing here, which is place this inside something like this here, so that can be kind of nicely nestled in there. So that's in now. And now we kind of have this whole front area, and you can see it's kind of hard to see in there now, but there's a lot of empty space in there. So what you want to do is you want to save these two pieces for last. Those are going to go in last, but really now you just kind of start throwing pieces in there and filling in all the empty space. And I suppose I should have done, you know, smaller pieces first, because you kind of want to throw them in there so that they get in there a little way. You can kind of shake it up a little bit so the pieces get in there a little bit better. Throw those in. And then, like these flags, these can just, you know, kind of just throw them right in, nice and quick. They'll shake their way into any little area in here, and that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So there goes that. Oops. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Kind of shake things a little bit, and then of course we gotta put the cars in, but I think I'll wait on those for last. So next we can put in the two remaining, so you gotta fix that sticker there, but the two remaining track pieces here, kind of sneak these in just like that. Now we've got an opening here. Let's see, just keep those inside. And now I can kind of squeeze in the cars here, I think. You know, I could have just tossed those in and that would have worked just fine too, but you know, I'll just try to be a little nicer with those and sneak them in like right here. See, I don't know if that tow truck's going to work too well there. So those are all in now. And then all we got to do is fold this up like that. Fold this in like this. Let's see, just make sure I got this okay. And snap right into place. So there we go. It's pretty smooth. And again, it's really nice when they make these sets where everything can just fit inside nicely. Now I better show you what this looks like with the stickers on the outside. And again, it's kind of up to your own interpretation whether you like it with or without the stickers. I liked it kind of without them, but obviously I wanted to put them on to show you guys. So this is what they look like, what it looks like with the stickers on. So in case you're somebody who picks this set up and you like the way it looks without the stickers, well, maybe just don't put them on the outside, or just a few of them or something like that. But anyways, there's that. And I guess I'll show you the bottom one last time too. Now, final thoughts on this. Really nice set overall. I got to give some kudos to Jazz, what was it, Jazzwares, I think. I got to look at the packaging again, because yeah, Jazzwares, and then Hasbro too and then why not shout out Galoob, the original Micro Machines folks, because they made Micro Machines in the first place back in the 80s, 90s. All those folks for making this set be a reality, because it's a very nice one. It's yeah, they did a good job on it. Now, as far as this, putting the stickers on and just general assembly, the assembly wasn't too hard. The stickers were quite a bit tedious, I would say. It wasn't impossible, but it took me a while to do it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I wanted to get everything perfect, and it just took me a little while to do that. So a little tedious with the stickers, but that's okay, because you do it once and you got a nice end product. So Anyways, I think that's about all I have to say. The Micro Machines Corvette Raceway. And there it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.